It's a lot of niggas in the club tonight. But it's gonna be alright. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Trick Daddy. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I want to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I want to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans, and people all around the world. Welcome to a special edition of FTW Future Focus Super Bowl edition. I am your not-so-humble correspondent, Robert Black, and across from me is the master of wine, women's song, and cigars. He is the president of Motown Wrestling Group on Facebook, and my partner for our show, Smoke and Fire, that we just got through doing a recording of last night. Tony Motown Allen, how you doing, sir? Happy Super Bowl Sunday!
Super Bowl Sunday, now in my traditional wrestling gear, I'm sporting the GOAT because I don't care who win and who lose today. Tom Brady is still the GOAT. He beat Mahomes twice in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes got 0 wins against the GOAT. To beat the GOAT, you got to beat the GOAT.
Well, you know something? I've got my traditional wrestling gear on, so we're making up for that.
But I'm looking forward to the show, though.
What's that?
Definitely looking forward to the show today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Speaking of looking forward to things, underneath me is the silent but deadly man from Chicago, Illinois, and he has about as much use for women's professional wrestling as I do for razors for my head. He is Marvelous Marcus Buckley. How you doing?
What's up, everybody?
Good to see you, sir. We were expecting you to be late, but we're glad you were here.
Yep, thank you.
You know, since it's game day, it's to be expected. Last but certainly not least, since I am in these FTW studios this week, the man sitting beside me, the founder of our feast, the president of FTW Network, my pal and friend, and longtime acquaintance, and professional wrestling extraordinaire, and producer galore, the mastermind, Bobby Rogers. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right.
Okay. A little bit of congestion today, but we're working through that.
Yeah.
But since it is Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to be having an abbreviated edition of FTW Future Focus today because we know that everybody wants to see the game, and that's going to be going on at 6 o'clock. So we are going to run on a little tighter schedule than usual, but we've got some good ground to cover. Speaking of which, our first subject, the Royal Rumble. There were some fans that were stranded at Lucas Oil Stadium after the event, and there was a lot of grumbling over it, a lot of grumbling over the Rumble in more ways than one, but specifically that instance of fans getting stranded at the stadium after the show. Is that a bad look for Indianapolis and its future endeavors to do more business with the WWE? And since Marcus was so punctual, let's start off with you, sir.
I don't think so. I mean, when I saw that happen, I mean, what would have been a bad look is 20, 25 people in a 70,000 seat arena. That would have been a bad look. Not the fucking gate attendants, sold out house or nothing like that. Now, I'm kind of, I don't know how it is down there in Indianapolis in terms of public transportation and Uber and Lyft and all that kind of stuff, but you know, that's not the first major event held in Indianapolis. So I'm surprised. I was really surprised when I saw that happening. But I mean, there's already, what is it? Next year, you all getting, what is it, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, something like that next year. And you all will get a Super Bowl within the next 7 years. You're going to get another Final Four. All that's going to happen. You know, they're just going to make sure that doesn't happen again. They're going to, whatever it is, even if they have shuttle buses, or they'll do something. The you all city officials will do something to fix that. I mean, yeah, it was a bad. That's not going for business at all. You all will be fine.
All right, all right. Motown, what do you think of the situation?
I personally think that that's a lot of stupid motherfucking crying bitches in Indianapolis. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I mean, I'm serious. What kind of whiny bitches live here? I didn't make arrangements to get a ride after the pay-per-view, and I was stuck. That's been going on forever. When we went to Houston for Mania 25, and this is before Uber and Lyft was there. If you didn't get home at that motherfucker, you were waiting forever. There were people in our hotel that didn't get to the hotel till 3-4 hours later.
That's very true.
When it comes to your ride home, you can't be stupid. You can't just expect to just magically get a ride when the shit is over. And that's not an Indianapolis thing. That shit happened.
There were more people.
That shit happened. Bobby, you remember how it was getting out of Detroit? And we drove.
Yeah, Detroit was bad.
And we drove.
There were more people in Houston, too. There were like 74,000 people at Mania 25.
They had 65,000 here, though, Rob. It wasn't that big of a difference.
Not that big of a difference, but still, you do make a good point.
I don't care if it's 30,000 people. If it's 30,000 people, arrange a fucking ride afterwards. And if you don't be crying bitching about it later. Because you stupid. You want to complain about the city, but you stupid.
Well, I mean, there's no account. When you do a trip in general, not just to a wrestling event or any event, but to anything, any kind of vacation that you're planning, you have to plan ahead.
I wouldn't go to a Pacers game without having a ride lined up, and that's only 15 for 10. Well, the Pacers play probably like 5,000 to 10,000 people in there, but still, I wouldn't go to Pacer games without having a ride arranged.
Well, yeah, I mean, granted, Indianapolis does have its own problems with public transportation, and a lot of hotels in the area don't. What's that?
They don't shuttle downtown.
Exactly, they don't shuttle downtown, and they don't shuttle to special events. So that in itself is a problem that the city could handle, but there does need to be a responsibility among people who do go to special events to plan ahead and realize that you can't shuffle 60 to 70,000 people out of one location onto the streets in 5 minutes. That's just not going to happen. So, I as far as hurting Indy goes, I don't think it's going to hurt it too badly, but WWE is really finicky about events in the Midwest. And if they can use this kind of criticism as an excuse to limit their appearances in places like Indianapolis, Detroit, Cleveland, or Nashville, places like that, then it may hurt them a little bit. But considering all the money that Indianapolis has funneled into WWE and to get their events here, I think they can figure it out. Bobby, what do you think?
I would love to be so optimistic as you, but I am consistent with what I said. We had a show a while back. I think we were talking about a WrestleMania being here or something. This is before they make that happen. And I said we could not handle it because of our public transportation situation. We could not handle it because of people getting around. I used to know how these car rental places work, so people hardly get a rental car out here. This is the thing. I understand what Tony's saying. Tony is saying basically, stop being a little bitch, have a ride arranged, blah, 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 blah. This is what people don't understand. Detroit did something that that was awesome. Detroit had bus extensions.
Mm-hmm.
So they might have stopped that night at 8, 9 o'clock. But since the event was going on, they extended the bus until after they got out. So at least people that lived in Detroit could get home.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people weren't people in Indianapolis that got stuck. These were people that were out of town,
Mm-hmm.
which actually is the clients that's going to spend the most money on your event. Now, it's going to be optimistic and say, hey, they'll look at it and say, hey, we need to fix this, we need to do that. Uber goes off of what the drivers want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They made their money, they was done. Shut everything down. So you couldn't catch an Uber. You couldn't catch an Uber. You couldn't catch a yellow cab because the yellow cabs are basically not existent anymore. The public transportation was not extended. So, you know, even if you could take a bus to your hotel locally, you could do that. These are the problems, as I said before, that could happen that could damage your product. I look at it a little bit more seriously because if you got 25,000, I mean, let's say you got 60,000, 5,000 got stuck. Well, that's going to scare at least 15,000, 20,000 people. Like, wait a minute, hold on. If I go back there, what the fuck am I going to do? Try to get a rental car in this place.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. These rental car companies are ridiculous. It does hurt. It's going to hurt a little bit. Will it shut it down to where they won't have an event here? No, I don't think it's going to be that drastic. But it is going to have some type of damaging effect to where I think they will be affected. The ticket sold was not as many people that was actually there because of resellers that had bought all those tickets.
Yeah.
So we're already on the line right there. And you have to improve their public transportation situation. And you have to get these people and get these places to transport these people back home or back to their hotels or do something to where, you know, it's a rival transportation.
Okay, well, Bobby, here's a follow-up question, just real quick. You've been in the hotel service before. You know how these things operate. So the things that you're talking about doing in order to, not just for WWE, but for other live events like Indy 500 and everything, what you're talking about easily fixed, or would the city have to throw a whole bunch of things at infrastructure in order to get it to work right?
Okay, well, Indy 500 actually has a thing to where buses, hotel buses, whatever, can go to. Fans know to walk there, get on and go. WWE and Indy did not make that happen when they came.
Okay.
Could they do it? They had the right people playing it. It's just like AEW. They had the right people playing the matches. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm not joking around.
Yeah, I know.
You know, if they had the right people playing it, it could happen. Hotels themselves, if they see their fans are stranded. I mean, just like I was saying, I want to do with the hotel I work for. You know, I want to do it to where if you got a hotel room and you sign up early, you could get transportation to the show, and then they come pick you up from the spot. Nobody out here did that.
So would it be easier for the city to pick up the slack, or the local businesses like the hotels to pick up the slack?
I think it will be both. And because, number one, you do have fans here. I don't think most of them get stranded because they probably caught their buddies and, you know what I'm saying, at home. But especially WrestleMania, and that's the one I'm afraid of the most because of Sunday. These people out here in Indianapolis cherish their Sundays off. You dare work on a Sunday? Who are you?
Here's, I
I mean,
know the city needs to do better.
Way better.
The fans, But the fans need to do a little bit better too, though. The fans need to be better prepared, especially after this one, though. Like, I can't put this all in Indianapolis. Like, stop. Honestly, drive, pay for parking, get home.
I understand what you mean, but think about this. We were talking about doing a trip to Houston and talking about taking an Uber. Now, since the city don't control Uber, if drivers don't want to drive, they're not going to drive. So,
all right, but Bobby, let's go back to Detroit. Remember, originally you were talking about Ubering over to the stadium. I'm like, that's a bad idea. The price is all right, and it's going to be a fine one. You got to be smart. I mean, come on, like we can't rely on other people to do this shit. We gotta think for ourselves and make sure that we're doing what we do to make sure we get home safely and quickly.
I do agree with you, but you have to understand also, there are people that are traveling and they travel like that. There are a good amount of the population that travel to where they don't rent a car, they do Uber. As soon as they get there, they get off the plane, they're looking for Uber. They're planning their Uber before they get off. And you can plan your Uber to pick you up at blah, blah, blah time. You can plan it ahead early. If there ain't no drivers going, they're going to send you a message. I'm sorry, we have no drivers available. Go eat some chicken wings and go fart on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way it is. So unfortunately, I do think that the city could do something to where they partner up with these people. Say, listen, can you have these people work later or what have you? Get with the yellow cab company, have them come and do it, and have it at a reasonable rate. And that's the problem with yellow cab; they get ridiculous. Or have the hotels and talk to these hotels and say, "Listen, you got a group of hotels. Can you use your buses to get these people back with your
Yeah, and I think that's the key to it. That might solve most of the problem.
I think it would too.
If hotels in the Indianapolis area offered packages that included shuttle service to and from these live events, especially WWE and Lucas Oil, then they could include it in the room price as an overall package, and they would make more money overall than they would otherwise.
That was exactly the plan that I wanted to do for the hotel I was working for. That was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to be losing any money on gas.
No. You'll price it to where all that stuff is covered.
Exactly.
So and fans will pay for it. So
well, yeah, if fans will pay in excess of $8,000 to go to the Super Bowl, which is ridiculous. Even if it's the Super Bowl, it's ridiculous. You should not have to pay $8,000 for a damn seat for any event.
Yeah.
Then yeah, somebody who's determined would pay a little bit extra in order to get shuttle service from their hotel to the event.
My thing is that is not. Tony's on the side of the fans who plan better, and I agree with him. My thing that I have is that if it's not available, how can you plan?
Well, that's
you see what I'm saying? I can't make a cake without no water and flour. If you don't give me water and flour, how the hell am I supposed to make a cake?
Well, you could make butt cake, but that's a completely different story entirely. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future
Marcus
Focus.
would like it if it was the Naomi's butt cake.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
So wait a minute.
Wait. Since you got one and Marcus got one, I will put it on Mandy Rose like this.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. We all got a hashtag right in the. We all got a hash mark right in a row.
I'm just wondering.
Mandy Rose cakes need to rise.
That's true.
It's kind of flat.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Whoa. But I tell you this though, Marcus, Mandy Rose made me rise to the occasion. That's for goddamn sure.
Okay, too much info.
And thank you for joining us.
Is that the meaning of the ride lift?
Thank you for joining us. Get them all out now.
We weren't talking about transportation. I just went right back to the subject.
You'll be amazed at You'd be amazed how much fun you could have with a flogger with Mandy Rose. That's for goddamn sure. If you know what a flogger is,
Well, talk about transportation. I would love to ride that Naomi bus.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Guys,
but there's definitely plenty of room in that rear end. That's for
I've got a
goddamn
panel.
sure.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh my God. Let's move on before we get 20. Okay. There have been a lot of complaints, a lot of backlash about the ending of both Royal Rumble matches, the wins of Charlotte Flair and Jey Uso. Is the hate justified? And Motown, let's start with you. Do you think that the backlash over Charlotte and Jey winning their rumbles is a good thing, or is it just whining?
Honestly, I think it's kind of BS with the backlash. I do get it more with Charlotte than Jey Uso because that's what Charlotte do. Charlotte's the GOAT. She is Tom Brady to women's wrestling, though. People are sick of Charlotte winning because society itself are sick of Patrick Mahomes winning all the time. They're sick of Brady winning all the time. They were sick of Michael Jordan winning all the time in the 90s, and they're sick of Charlotte winning all the time. Is it justified? No, but I definitely get it. But the same people that bitch about Charlotte Flair are bitching about Jey Uso. Pick a side.
Yeah.
Like, you got complete opposite here. You're mad that Charlotte win because she always win, and then you're mad Jey Uso win because he never wins. Make up your goddamn mind. Wrestling fans are too goddamn fucking finicky. Like, I get like, okay, 1 year this person win, the next year, and then but the same show. You watch the rest of the Royal Rumble mad that Charlotte won because she always wins. And then we didn't get John Cena winning. No, we didn't get Cena winning like we thought. We got Jey Uso winning, and you're still not happy. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I think they got the wrong lotion.
Thank you for joining FTW Future Focus. Good Lord.
Nobody in the world have a right to be mad at Jey Uso winning. None. Like, I get like Charlotte always wins, so I do get. I mean, I was happy Charlotte won. I think she's the most deserving one to win, but nobody should be mad at Jey Uso winning. I mean, because my motherfucker had me yeeting all goddamn Saturday, had me yeeting Monday, and I even yeeted on Friday. I did so much yeeting, I thought I was still in a relationship.
Oh, good Lord. Marcus, what do you think?
I yeeted all over the place.
Well,
That was a good comeback.
all I had to do was say, fuck you, Tony. He took my exact same damn argument when I saw this question. It's like, what do these folks want? I mean, I understand the hate for Charlotte. Okay, even though as a fan, she's the GOAT. Her and Roman Reigns could keep the champion forever, as far as I'm concerned, for them. But I can see how people are tired of that. But at the same time, how are you gonna bitch and complain about Jey Uso winning? A total surprise to the majority of people, not Cena, not Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or some of the more predictable people. It's like, what the fuck do you all want? I mean, pick, like Tony said, pick a side. It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, because to me, you could complain about the Rumbles winners every year. I mean, this is one of those things like politicians. You can't make everybody happy. No matter who would have won that Rumble, you would have had some people complain about the choice if it wasn't their pick. I mean, that's just how the Rumble works every damn year. So it really doesn't matter. But this is just the worst indication because you had total opposites this year winning the unexpected and the predictable, and people are still complaining. So I say to all y'all, fuck y'all.
Okay. Ditto to everything that you guys have both said, but I've got no problem with either winner here. First of all, Charlotte has been gone for more than a year, and the women's division in WWE is much different than it was than before she was injured. There's a whole lot more substance to the women's division in WWE now than when Charlotte left. Number one, Jey Uso. I was ecstatic that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, because the other alternatives were things that I didn't want to even think about. And the men's Rumble could have been a hell of a lot worse from my point of view. There was no Lesnar. Roman didn't win. Neither Punk nor Rollins won.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, the usual subjects,
Hey.
Bobby, is what I
Punk
mean.
is all right.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that what we got in Jey Uso is something fresh. And the fact that people can't be satisfied, we've all got our favorites. We've all got people we want to see pushed and we want to see win. I would have loved for LA Knight to win. I would have loved for AJ Styles to get one more shot at glory by having another WrestleMania main event. Preferably against Walter/Gunther. That would have been an excellent match. But since Jey Uso is the newest thing, the newest talent that we could get in that position, I'm okay with it. My whole problem is that for whatever reason, WWE's fan mentality now has become obsessed with the familiar. Most WWE fans want, so seriously, Bobby, a lot of WWE fans, I'm not including you in that, because we're, like Motown said, the product is not for us anymore. It's for the younger people who they want to sell t-shirts to. But for whatever reason, WWE's fan mentality now has become, we want something that we've always seen, have seen before, and are like intimately familiar with. We want something new. We want it to be fresh and interesting, and some people just don't, and that's why they complain. Bobby?
Wait. Before Bobby goes, so I got some comments on here that I got to share with the panel, because she's in chat right now.
Oh, yeah. Ty Nickerson, shout out to you, because she was not feeling well today. That's why she did not join the crew.
Earlier when we talked about the transportation, she said this, and I love when women say this. I mean, man, ladies, take notes to what Ty said. I agree with Tony. That's all it needs to be said.
Oh, good Lord.
No, but
Get her paycheck. Her paycheck. Get her paycheck. It's like the NFL referee tonight. Get their paycheck early. Get it there.
But she said, I agree with Tony on this. Some of those guys that came unprepared when it comes to getting a ride home, next time those guys should, sometimes those guys that were whining about being stranded should be prepared in the future. And you're absolutely right on that. And then when we're talking about Charlotte, she said the ones that bitch about Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble are never happy in general. They're like an unsatisfied girlfriend. Nothing makes them happy. Jay deserves to win the Rumble.
Fair enough.
And she also said, "Oh, thanks for coming to my my spicy TED talk with a bunch of double faces."
Oh, God. Okay, Bobby, what do you think about the bitching and complaining over the Rumble wins?
I don't know what to think, because she's talking about a spicy TED talk. I'm trying to figure that one out real quick. But anyway.
Thank you for joining us on it. I'll give that one a complimentary.
I do agree with half, because Jey Uso, I think, was the man to win that Royal Rumble. It never even crossed my mind that he would be a contender, and I like that. And Tony kept saying she was it. Honestly, I can't say I had a problem with Charlotte winning, but there was somebody that I thought that should have won it more than Charlotte, and that was Jordynne Grace.
Wait, I never said I had a problem with Charlotte winning. I'm saying it. Okay.
I didn't say you did. I said
Okay.
I said that I didn't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Charlotte winning.
Yeah.
It's that I think somebody better should have won that now with Jordynne Grace. that would have been the ultimate surprise out anywhere. Because like when I said it at first, Tony looked at me like, "How long has she been there? How long is she just signed an official WWE contract?"
Mhm.
My thing though is, if you really want to captivate people, surprise them and make their fucking panties drop, like they listen to fucking My Pony. You do this shit. You give Jordan Grace that win. It gives everybody a chance. They hope they can fucking move the fuck up there and do the same fucking thing.
All right, but here's the thing with Jordan Grace though. Remember, my ex Tina was at the Royal Rumble. You know what she asked me when she saw Jordan Grace out there? Who's the little short girl out there? I never seen her.
And see, that's
Why is
what's
she
up.
in it?
And see, that's what I don't understand how people don't know who she is.
Because people don't watch TNA.
Right.
But she was there last year.
How don't you see why? Like, Tina paid for tickets for Royal Rumble.
But she was
and
there
she
last
had no
year.
clue who Jordan Grace was. And the majority of the audience are in the
Right.
But my thing is, she was there last year.
But that was a whole year ago.
But she was there.
No, it wasn't like when AJ came back. It was like, okay, you showed up at the Royal Rumble, you stuck around. You came and you went, and come on, you know the attention span of wrestling fans now.
That's true.
But you know what? I got to side with Bobby on this one. Anybody who's watching the Royal Rumble or is a consistent wrestling fan would know who Jordan Grace was. I think that the issue WWE had with not putting her in that position is because she's not homegrown.
But Rob,
That's the problem they have.
Rob, now you said it yourself before. There's definitely a big segment of people that only know WWE. You said it yourself.
Exactly.
On the show that there's some people that know nothing more than WWE, and Access TV is not a big cable company to where everybody can see TNA. They're not that big, so it's very possible that over half people at that.
Can I add something? Can I add something real quick though?
Go ahead.
When it comes to Jordan Grace though, she was a TNA Knockouts champion. Now I can understand if she came to the Royal Rumble, only showed up at the Royal Rumble and then disappeared. You know what I'm saying? She did make like 4 or 5 appearances after that.
Yeah, but that was about 10 months ago, 10, 11 months.
And that was also on NXT. Like, look at the eyes on NXT versus the eyes.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, you're right.
Well, see, that's another thing entirely. NXT is the best, to me, the best product that WWE produces, and they should be putting that out more, and people would have known more about Jordan Grace. But that like I said a few minutes ago, that's one of the main problems with WWE. The reason that people like Jordan Grace don't get a chance, at least not right away, is because practically every WWE fan that had started watching in the last 5 years are just obsessed with name recognition. And whether the name they know is talented or not, and Marcus, you said it yourself, there are people who only watch WWE. Well, some people need to expand their damn palate. You can't eat bologna sandwiches the rest of your life.
Hold on, wait. I love bologna sandwiches.
Wait, but Rob, if they don't have on their cable network Access TV, how they gonna get it? How they gonna see it?
Right, I don't get it. But when it comes to bologna sandwich, Rob, fry that motherfucker up.
There you go.
Okay, well,
That
see,
motherfucker smells so nice. Oh my god!
And if you got the government cheese, to go with it,
yeah.
Oh, that shit ain't melting.
But you see that you can't be lazy about it, though. The whole reason that I found ECW back in the day is because I looked for it. I found it. And wrestling fans need to expand their horizons and find other stuff.
But in their defense, though, because I'm on the fence about this, in their defense, though, in today's society, is not a Friday. We only had 2, 5, 7, 11, 32, 66, 50. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't.
And not only that, I mean, TNA has not been that great over the last 6, 7 months. People aren't talking about TNA like it's must-see wrestling like ECW was years ago. They're not doing anything different to make, I gotta go check this out. That it's not even the same. It's an apples to melons comparison on that one.
No, he's right about that because it was hard to see ECW but the buzz was so big for ECW. You made a lot of effort to find ECW.
Yeah.
TNA is not doing anything to make you want.
TNA has no buzz like that.
Guys, we're also talking about a different era here. Now we've got streaming. Now we've got YouTube. Wrestling is so easy to find now.
It's not always that easy. Like NXT, I could like eventually get it on demand, but since it moved to the C-Dub, I don't get NXT no more. I haven't really been following NXT like I did before because it's not easy to bring up anymore. Like some stuff is easy to bring up, but some stuff take effort. And me personally, I'm a lazy fan.
Okay.
Should I put in there if they can't find it?
Yeah, if I can't find it, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Maybe it wasn't meant for me.
Right.
And Tom made a comment. I agree with Robert 1,000%. These wrestling fans need to expand their wrestling palette. Like that spicy tea detox you were talking about. Okay, I got
you. But you got to keep in mind, Ty's a super fan. Ty,
we all are.
Everything. Like, I don't know what the hell package she have or what she does, but she be watching shit I didn't know existed.
Yeah. Shocked the fuck out of me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, that's how I did it back in the day, and it can happen.
I mean, she watched some shit like New Zealand iceberg wrestling. Where the fuck did that come from?
Right. And we talk like, hey, did you see what happened in New Zealand iceberg wrestling? I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
Polar Bear Smith was their new international continental champion. It was unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, our next subject is one that Bobby came up with, and he wanted to get our opinion on it. Which event was more memorable? And Bobby, you've got a list of events that you wanted to name off here.
Well, it was basically something that we're going to decide between, because Jey Uso's event when he won at the Royal Rumble was just off the chart. I mean, Tony even said that everybody was yeeting all over the place in Indianapolis. I mean, that's the first time people got together and yeeted over each other. Let me stop. Anyway.
Wait. Ooh. Oh, that was a good eat right there.
Good God.
He shot that
man.
Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
But anyway.
You know my biggest disappointment in Royal Rumble? I didn't get the yeet on AJ Lee. I thought my boo would be back, and I didn't get the yeet all over.
And they were chanting for her too.
Yeah, they were. Everybody wanted to see Tony Motown Allen yeet on AJ Lee.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. But no, I imagine that people were actually kind of pissed when Nikki Bella came out instead of AJ Lee.
Yeah, that pissed me off. Hello, wait. I just thought of it. It's a remix of Jay's song when it comes to Tony. You know that, right?
What?
It's a remix of Jey Uso's song when it comes to Tony. It's just me, Oos. Yeet only, just me, Oos.
Oh, good Lord.
Just me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Wow. Okay, so
all right, but
Jey Uso's Rumble win versus what?
Versus. Here goes another one of Tony's favorites. Oh, scissor me, daddy. Oh, we know what.
Oh, scissor me, daddy. Oh, do you remember, Marcus? You remember doing that next to me? Oh, scissor me, daddy.
Like a century ago, yeah.
Oh, God.
And the third choice, CM Punk's return to WWE. Which one was the biggest, most memorable moment?
Okay, let me take this one.
We know you ain't vote for CM Punk, so let's go.
Well, it's not because of the circumstances surrounding it. I'm voting for Jay's win at the Royal Rumble. That was the more memorable of the three because nobody saw it coming. It was a preferable choice to Cena winning. I'll damn sure say that. And I was discussing this with Motown last night. Jey Uso is following in a tradition set by handsome Jimmy Valiant in the 80s. And later on, the Sandman in ECW. He has this incredible entrance that everybody loves, and it has gotten him over to an obscene amount. Now, out of those three people, Jey Uso is unarguably the most talented in the ring. So, as much as I might quibble over the fact that Jay is over almost 50% because of his entrance, that doesn't mean he can't deliver in the ring. And I am very happy that at least potentially one half one night of WrestleMania's main event, either night one, probably night one, but maybe night two, is going to have a decent match with two people that can really go as part of the main event. And I'm not only is that moment memorable, but it could lead to something even more so. So I have to go with Jay here.
Tony.
Okay, here's why I agree with Rob as far as Jey Uso being the bigger surprise. CM Punk's return was big. It was huge. It was absolutely huge. But it was rumored as well. So it wasn't as a big of a surprise. It was more of a confirmation. Like at the time when he came back, we've been hearing the rumblings that it's going to happen. And then it happened. It was kind of much like when you take your girl out to dinner on Valentine's Day and you know you're going to get laid, but you don't know for sure until it actually happens. That was CM Punk's return. You know you're about to get laid, but you're just not sure until it happens.
Yeah, but actually in my situation, it was more like being mauled by a fat girl. Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Hey.
Now, with Jey Uso was a bigger surprise because when it came out of Jey Uso and Cena, before the match ended, I was pissed. I'm like, here we go. They about to pull this fucking bullshit. I was mad. I'm just like, God damn, Cena again. And it didn't hit me until like his feet hit the ground and the bell rang and the crowd went nuts. It took all that for me to be like, holy shit. This shit just happened. The rest are not about to be shit. There's not to be about no shenanigans. Jey Uso just won the Royal Rumble. You know why? Because it's just me, Uso. Day one-ish. Just me, Uso. Day one-ish. It was the biggest surprise, but it was also most deserving, though, because there is nobody more over right now in WWE than Jey Uso. The time is now.
And they've been screwing around with him for so long. He deserves
God damn, yes, they have it. And that's another reason I thought Cena was going to lose, because they've been fucking Jey Uso more than they've been fucking my girl.
Thank you for joining us on the... Oh, my God.
Marcus.
Well, 3 for 3. I'm going to say Uso winning the Rumble because it's funny. I think a night or two before, I was in the chat with Tony saying it's a damn shame that every Rumble it's only going to be about 4 or 5 people that got a chance of winning, and for me, Jey Uso definitely not one of those 4 or 5 people. So I watched the Uso when I got home that night. I mean, not the Rumble when I got home that night, and I intentionally stayed off Facebook so I would be surprised, who won. And when I'm watching it, and I saw him push Cena off the mat, I'm like, wait a minute, was that supposed to happen? And I was expecting some kind of swerve or something until they start celebrating. I'm like, oh fuck, he actually won it. So for me, it's like that's the time year that I did not predict the Rumble winner. So for me, that was definitely the biggest and most memorable surprise for me.
Bobby
about to be the one.
I am. Because even though, and I don't know if it has to do with us being there live and I just watched Jey Uso, from the house. But my thing is this. That atmosphere when they came up with "Oh, Since to Me, Daddy," which is off the chain. That was sporadic on the moment. Blah blah blah. Jey Uso was a surprise, but that whole arena on that day was just scissoring like a motherfucker.
That was an organic experience, yes.
Yes, and I love orgasmic experience. Oh, sorry, organic
Thank
experience.
you for joining us.
I love orgasmic experience as well, Bobby.
You know,
But don't you think that might have been better if they would have called an audible and they won?
that would have been 100%.
Yes, that might have actually topped Jey Uso winning the Rumble if
With you guys, yeah. Me, the atmosphere it was just off the charts. I mean, and that's why I said probably it's because I wasn't there live. But I'm sorry, golly, that was just off the charts. I mean, God, that it leaves me speechless. So I got to go with "Oh, Since to Me, Daddy."
Okay.
I'm giving AEW credit over WWE once in a while. Yeah, it's history.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming.
Right, I'm coming, Naomi. I'm coming, Trimley.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
I'm definitely coming, AJ.
Oh, good God. Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Everybody just eating all over the place, ain't it?
Thank you for joining us. That's 20. Oh, good God. I wasn't trying to round them up today, but there you go.
And Rob, we thought we were going to hit 20 on the short show.
Oh, good Lord. Well, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody's jacked up. And speaking of which, our last subject of the day is the WWE spring cleaning. There have been a lot of releases in the last couple of days for talent in WWE.
And that's a good release either.
No, absolutely not. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. But no, there have been a lot of talent that have been taken out of their contracts, and some of those may be good, some of those may be destructive to WWE, but the spring cleaning has started, and Bobby, you have the list of names for people that were released, and we're going to go through them individually, and will these be bad for WWE?
So let's start off with the most recent one, Elektra Lopez. Marcus, since you love women's wrestling,
Non-factor.
So it won't hurt him.
Non-factor.
Okay.
Tony.
I love Elektra Lopez, I really do, but I gotta agree with Marcus. She's not that game changer. She's not that big name. She's not a huge factor, so it is gonna be a non-factor.
Okay. I would say probably not. It's not going to hurt WWE in the long run, but when we get down the list, that's going to be a little bit harder to do.
I don't think she's gonna hurt him. She's gonna hurt the eyeballs because she was good to look at. but no, she's not gonna. Yeah. Okay, next. AOP.
Oh, I got to take
The Authors of Pain.
I've got to take this one. Yes, this is going to hurt WWE badly, especially if their competition picks them up, because Authors of Pain, especially with Paul Ellering, who they also released, putting those three together and putting them on AEW, and yes, they could screw it up, and yes, they could treat them to a bad debut and completely screw the whole thing up. But if Authors of Pain actually get used the way that WWE refused to use them for so damn long, then yes, it will hurt WWE because it'll revitalize AEW's tag team division. And right now, WWE's tag team division is in the damn toilet. So, yeah, releasing Authors of Pain was a stupid move. It's going to hurt them.
Tony.
I don't think it's going to hurt them. And the reason I don't think it's going to hurt them because Authors of Pain, as far as the WWE go, hasn't been relevant since NXT. Now, can it help AEW? It could definitely help them, especially if they bring Paul Ellering in with them. It can help AEW, but I don't think that it can help AEW to the point that it hurts WWE. So them leaving is a non-factor as well to me. And I love them, but the way they've been used for the last several years off and on, I mean, they just got released again. I don't think it's going to hurt them. It will help AEW for sure, but I don't think it's going to help them enough to hurt WWE.
Marcus.
Non-factor. I mean, unless Tony Khan is about to resign the book, then they won't be affected AEW. Other WWE release that's come before that. The only way I can see them being any kind of factor is if they go with New Japan. That's about it. I would have said TNA, but since they got the same parent company, I don't see that happening. So I can see them getting a run in New Japan because they always like big wrestlers, something like that. As far as anything else and hurting WWE, non-factor.
In all honesty, I think New Japan would be a better move for them. I think they could be a bigger impact than New Japan, but it's still not going to hurt WWE though.
Right, exactly.
Now, the only thing that I'd like to see, if the Authors of Pain went to New Japan and they got in the ring and just tore the Jacksons a new asshole, that would be a fun match to watch.
Yes, it would.
Absolutely.
Watching them destroy the Bucks would be just beautiful.
Well, yeah, it sucks because if they had the right writers at AEW, they could blow the fuck up. Unfortunately, they don't. You know, I hate saying it. I hate keep saying it because it sounds like I'm trying to beat a dead horse, but I'm just being honest. They just don't have the talent there to boost up. You know, any division there. But yeah, New Japan seems like it would be a good spot once they mentioned it. I would agree with that. But hurting the WWE, nah, I don't think so. Next one. Why do I screw their names up so bad? They came from New Japan. Anderson
and Gallo. Were they both released, or was it just
they both again?
Both again.
Again.
Definitely hurts WWE. Gallows and Anderson are a great tag team, and the fact that they wouldn't use them in a tag team capacity is not only patently stupid, but an absolute waste of their contracts. Yeah, this hurts WWE a lot, especially their tag division. Releasing one of them is bad enough, but getting rid of them both, no, that hurts WWE no matter where they go, and they should go back to New Japan.
Albanese. Yeah, it's going to hurt them because Tony Khan loves that New Japan style. And this is one team that I think he would be able to work with and be able to fit to that style, and it would go right and look right. They have a mixture of New Japan and WWE, which is the hybrid that AEW needs to further what they want to show. So I think they will be a big factor, especially the Hurt Business being there. It will be a good battle to see Gallows and Anderson versus the Hurt Business.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And you would be able to mix those styles. Ooh. You'd be able to mix those styles and get some pretty good darn matches out there.
Yeah.
You can turn some heads with that. So I would say, yeah, that's a little bite to WWE. Tony.
Y'all tripping. Y'all definitely tripping. Here's the reason why I say y'all tripping. Gallows, how many times has Gallows been released by WWE? And this is like what the second or third time this team's been released by WWE. When I look at all the previous releases, none of them has bitten WWE in the ass. They have never hurt over losing this team. Why would it hurt them now when they're older, when it didn't hurt them before when they did this shit? It's not going to hurt WWE in the least bit. They've been there, done that with this team. It's just when I heard this, like, oh, it's that time of the year to release the fucking Good Brothers again. No, it's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt them this time because it didn't hurt them last time. It didn't hurt them the time before that. We've been there, done that with this team, and we've seen how it goes. So, no, it's not going to magically hurt them this time.
Well, Tony, it might not hurt their bottom line per se, but from my point of view, it definitely hurts the product.
It hasn't hurt before?
Well, that's subjective.
Marcus.
You know what? I could really say sometime. Every person that's been released, none of them are going to hurt. None of them are going to where they hurts WWE bottom line in any way. Nobody is going to tune in to AEW or anywhere and say, "Oh, Sonya Deville. Oh, Blair Davenport. Oh, AEW. We're going to start watching AEW." Bullshit. No, none of them are going to change. If they were that good, WWE would have used them and not released them in the first place. I mean, everybody on that list got released for a reason because they wasn't being used, whether it was a good reason or not. They're not worried about it. And time again, Tony Khan shows he cannot improve on any WWE title. What their position in WWE, the same position they was in WWE is the same position or worse. It's going to happen at AEW. They will not be in a better position at all for everybody that you're going to mention on that list.
Man, preach. Oh, my brother. Testify.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing, but we're going to do them one by one. But I was thinking the same thing.
I'll just save a few minutes. That's all.
Well, okay. The rest of the names on the list. Sonya Deville.
Nope.
I would definitely say that losing her hurts the product, and just because WWE doesn't use someone that they don't see the potential of doesn't mean that they can't have potential somewhere else. And then,
but Rob, the question is not will it hurt the product, will it hurt the bottom line? And the only way you can hurt WWE is cost them money. And none of these people are going to make you turn the channel and not watch WWE's product. It may not be as good as some people's opinion, but it will not hurt them.
But the talent they're letting go is not going to even hurt the WWE product because they weren't being used good to begin with, though. So it's not like, oh, we're going to see a worse WWE now they're gone. It's like they weren't a big factor in the show already.
Well, like I said, that's subjective. I think that the product has suffered since Authors of Pain have been gone. So, and I think that we've got who else is on the list, Bobby? Sonya Deville.
Okay. But Rob, answer this one question because you think the product is going to suffer not having them. How good was the product with them? Like, what did they bring to the product that made it so much better? Because I didn't see them.
Let me go ahead and get in here if we rush through this. First of all, there are 3 people on here that will hurt WWE. And it's kind of funny because you would think that the dudes would be the one, and it's not. It's all women. Isla Dawn. Sorry. She was cold as fuck.
Who?
Yes.
No, here's the surprising thing for me with Isla Dawn.
Hold on.
I'm surprised she was the
Blair
one.
Davenport. That's the other one that I think that will go ahead and do some stuff. Now, Blair was tenacious. Blair was one of the best wrestlers there, and she fits. It's kind of funny because she does fit the AEW mode better than she does the WWE mode. So if she goes,
Hell,
if she goes, she will be there doing her thing, making and fitting in real well. Now the
we are there though.
we
We already
got
see her
another
there.
question on that one. You know what I'm saying? But the actual her being there, she will turn some heads to get people to watch, not only nationally here, but both of these girls internationally.
Bobby, we've seen Blair Davenport in AEW already.
Right, and she's gonna go back.
But why is it going to be better this time than it was last time? Because last time it wasn't.
Because she has more experience now and she's hungrier. That could be a factor.
Why the fuck was she hungry the first time she was there?
Let me ask y'all a question.
Because she didn't have the experience.
Let me ask y'all a question. AEW has Serena Deeb, who's a better wrestler than everybody being released on everybody that's being released by WWE, and they don't do shit with her.
Yes.
So why do y'all think that they can do anything with any of these women?
Because it hurts WWE because they are missing out on. They have like I said, equal but opposite problems. AEW has very talented people that they're not utilizing properly, but WWE has incredibly talented people that they're not using at all. Being used badly versus not being used at all, and WWE's product suffers because of that. I know their bottom line.
That's like bad credit and no credit. They're both bad.
Of course they're both bad, but we're talking about whether WWE is going to suffer from this. And more than likely, when they miss out on a can't-miss talent, I'm sorry, it hurts them. At least it hurts us.
Now, I will say this for Aladon.
T-shirt sales, but it hurts the wrestling that we got to watch.
I would say for Aladon, though, I was surprised she was like, if you're gonna release one of the members of the Holy Union, I would have let Apple Fire go before Aladon. I was shocked that they let Aladon go.
Yeah, I know. Splitting up that team is stupid too. I don't know why the hell they did that.
Of everybody on the list, Aladon were hurt the most because you got a very weak women's tag team division, and you split up one of the best women's tag teams in that division, and the one you fired was the better one of the two. I think Aladon will hurt more, but I don't. But as far as like making an impact on their bottom line, it's not.
Well, we'll see, but the spring cleaning continues. And speaking of spring cleaning, we are about out of time for this special Super Bowl edition of FTW Future Focus. Everybody enjoy the game, enjoy your food, enjoy your families. We're going to be doing the same. And on behalf of Marvelous Marcus Buckley, Tony Motown Allen, the absent Tigress Ty Nickerson, please get well soon, and the mastermind Bobby Rogers, I am your not so humble correspondent Robert Black, saying so long till next week. We will definitely see you in the future. Head down.
Hit it. Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's groovy. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here.